Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Walks and Wall Street. On today's neighborhood walking tour in New York City, we are going to be exploring Chinatown, but then we are going to be headed all the way uptown. Looks like that guy's having some trouble with the umbrella. It's Tropical Storm Ophelia, and it is rainy, it is windy, it is nasty, but I think the city still looks beautiful. So we're going to be walking through Chinatown, uptown, through Little Italy, and then we should end our walking tour at 14th Street, Union Square. So let's get started. The wind is really picking up here too. This is the Hong Kong Cafe as we are approaching Pell Street here in Chinatown. You have a barber shop and a hair salon. I would say this is probably one of the most photographed streets in Chinatown, mainly because of all the art, the paper lanterns that are hung from the buildings. It's really beautiful, particularly when it rains. We'll cross the street and I'll show you one of the more famous murals in Chinatown. The colors are really, really extraordinary, and I think it contrasts very well with the red brick and the fire escapes here. We'll make a left on Pell Street. Coming up on the left is Joe's Ginger. Really good place for soup dumplings in particular, but just know that if you're gonna go here, it's cash only. So make sure you go to an ATM before you head over here. But this is one of my favorite spots in Chinatown. Now, at the end of Pell Street is going to be Mott Street. We are going to make a right and head uptown. And in my opinion, I believe the best restaurants in all of Chinatown are located on Mott Street, and we'll point out a couple. But first, this is Miss Du's Tea Shop at 33 Pell Street. This is a great place to come as well. I actually just went here before filming the walking tour. We'll quickly make a detour here to the right. Across the street is the Chinatown ice cream factory. This has been here forever. This is a very, very popular place, as you can tell. Even though it's pouring rain, there's still a line out the door. This is a really good place. And again, you have those iconic fire escapes of Chinatown with the paper lanterns. Let's go back on Mott Street and head right. And this will take us all the way to Canal Street. Now, Canal Street, the farthest you can go west, that will take you to the Holland Tunnel, where you could head out to New Jersey. But if you continue to walk as far as you can east, that'll run you right into the Manhattan Bridge, where you can head out to Brooklyn. Now, Chinatown does extend on the other side of the Manhattan Bridge as well, but we do not have time to film that just yet. Maybe another day.
Oh, okay. You have one of these? Yes. Okay, that's like that.
Okay, 61 Mott Street. This is, in my opinion, probably the second best restaurant in Chinatown. It's called Ming Wong Restaurant. Very good. It's always busy, always packed. But my personal favorite restaurant in Chinatown sits right across the street. It's called 456 New Shanghai Restaurant. The address is 69 Mott Street. And I just went here for lunch today. This place is fantastic. This is my all-time favorite restaurant in Chinatown. Once again, 69 Mott Street, 456 New Shanghai Restaurant. It's fantastic. This is one of my favorite buildings in Chinatown, so we'll quickly pull off to the side. Notice the very unique architectural integrity of the building here. And here we are, this is Canal Street. We're going to make a left and head over to Mulberry Street, because we'll make a right on Mulberry and then we'll be able to walk all the way through New York City's Little Italy and then all the way uptown. There is the San Gennaro's feast going on, but I'm not sure there's going to be too many people there today because it's a tropical storm, but you never know. May have to wipe the camera lens in a second. Okay, this is Mulberry Street, and as you can see, this is Canal. All the way in the distance, that will take you to the Holland Tunnel, which should take you all the way back to New Jersey. Canal Street is very convenient because it essentially splits the island of Manhattan in half. But we're going to be headed uptown through Little Italy and see if we could take a look at the San Gennaro's feast. Surprisingly, there seems to be a lot of people here. See if we can get on the sidewalk.
We made it!
Maybe it'll be a little bit easier for us to walk up. Surprisingly busy, even though we are in the midst of a tropical storm. But this is the heart of Little Italy. You're gonna have all of the major restaurants. You're gonna see the Cannoli King here on the right in a minute. And then we should be coming up on Grand Street. Okay, Hester Street. The crowd should be thinning out a little bit. Hey, good to see you.
Let's see if we find
Before it was cute, you know?
You weren't dancing on purpose or your body was
I could probably make eggs. But it's a 10-minute walk. Go.
Yeah, I found a restaurant. Okay, Grand Street. On the corner of Grand Street in the distance, you're going to see Ferrara Bakery. It was established in 1892, and it's one of my personal favorite Italian pastry places to go whenever in Little Italy.
Girls, I'm trying to sell me some food.
To the right, you have the Mulberry Cigar Company, which is another very famous place here in Little Italy. Now we've reached Broome Street. Now, if you keep walking down a little bit on Broome Street, or maybe it's one more up. I think it is one more up. There's going to be a really good Egyptian restaurant called Zuba. Z-O-O-B-A. Highly recommend it.
But tonight I wanna let you know. Let me tell the truth.
All right, here it is on the corner of Cleveland Street. You will have very famous Egyptian restaurant Zuba. Very good. Okay, we are coming up on Spring Street. It's extremely windy. Okay, this is Prince Street. If you make a right, it'll take you all the way down to the very famous and iconic Prince Street Pizza. If you make a right. We're going to continue walking up to Houston Street. And we'll be doing a full transition from SoHo to NoHo. And then up by the campus of NYU, New York University. Okay, we made it, Houston Street. This is officially going to be the transition from SoHo into NoHo. And if we continue to walk north up Lafayette, this will take us all the way to Astor Place. Ooh. So if you could see over there, this is Mulberry Street. This is where the San Gennaro's Feast ends. So we started on Canal and Mulberry, that's when it starts, and this is where it ends, right here on East Houston Street. I'm gonna point out another really good spot just to the right. This is one of the best coffee shops anywhere in Manhattan. It's called Gasoline Alley Coffee, and it's right off to the right. It's a very small place, not a lot of seating space inside, but it is a very, very good establishment here in NoHo. This is Kith. I believe this is a very big fashion store. Like urban fashion, things like that. There's also an ice cream shop on the second floor. This is right off of Bleecker Street and Lafayette. This is Bond Street. And look at the unique streets here. These are the original Belgian block streets that you'll see a lot in NoHo as well as SoHo. One of my favorite things about the SoHo neighborhood of Manhattan is many of the gorgeous loft-style apartments, right? SoHo has the highest concentration of those beautiful cast iron facades. And if you're looking for an apartment or a loft in SoHo, many of the ceiling heights could range from 10 feet all the way to 18 or 19 feet ceiling heights. So it's really, really unique spaces. We actually have one on the market right now, 74 Grand Street. I'll link the property tour in the description of this video. But 74 Grand Street is a complete renovation. They fully restored the 32-ton cast iron facade, and every single unit in the building is its own dedicated floor. So you'll have your private elevator that drops you off into your open concept living room and kitchen with those amazing 10 to 18 foot ceiling heights. It's pretty incredible. Let me try to wipe the camera lens here, because the wind is about 15 to 25 miles an hour depending on the gust. So let's pull off to the side at 383 Lafayette Street. And see if that makes it any better. Now we're coming up on East 4th Street. This is officially the campus of New York University, NYU. If you walk west down East 4th, you're going to run right into the main campus of New York University, as well as the Stern School of Business. Now there's a very famous professor that teaches securities analysis and corporate finance at the Stern School of Business, Professor Damodaran, and he's considered the Dean of Valuation. I would suggest purchasing his textbook. You can get it used online. Valuation by Damodaran. It's probably going to be like $50, very cheap. Okay, we are now coming up to Astor Place. And if you see where all of the sort of the yellowish advertisement is at this building right here, this is going to be a brand new Wegmans. This used to be the old Kmart that went out of business, and I think this is going to be really good for the community because Wegmans is one of the best grocery stores, in my opinion, anywhere in the country. And it's coming in fall of 2023, so I guess it's coming pretty soon. Maybe in the next couple months here, we will have a Wegmans right on the corner of East 8th Street in Lafayette. Really beautifully placed too, because it's right next to the 6 train, just off the campus of NYU. You have Cooper Union as well here. Ooh, the wind is really picking up here. We're only about 2 minutes out from 14th Street Union Square, which is a main subway terminal. You also have a Whole Foods there, lots of shops, lots of restaurants. Now this is 12th Street. If you make a left, that'll take you to one of my favorite bookstores in the city called The Strand.
What books?
This is another really good coffee shop too. They have multiple locations across the city. It's called Think Coffee. Seems to be a pretty good pizza spot here. Roman style pizza. Okay, we've made it to 14th Street Union Square. You can see on the corner you have the Best Buy, but as you keep walking down, you'll run into the Whole Foods, as well as all of the trains. The 5 and the 6 train will take you uptown in the Bronx. Yikes, that car almost barreled through all these people. I think by the time this storm is over, we're supposed to get 5 inches of rain. You can really notice the wind picking up here. Everybody's umbrellas are getting flipped inside out. But right here at 14th Street Union Square, you have a really nice Whole Foods. There's tons of things to do around here. Lots of pizza shops, lots of regular shopping. Really everything you would need within a couple block radius here. Subway is right here, get you uptown, downtown. You go to the outer boroughs. And when it's not a hurricane or a tropical storm like it is today, it's a lot of nice outdoor space here at the park to hang out. All right, we've officially made it to the northernmost side of Union Square Park. This is East 17th Street and Broadway. If we continue to walk all the way up Broadway, we will reach Madison Square Park, which will be East 23rd Street. Take a look at some of the architecture here on these buildings up and down Broadway, really extraordinary.